Good morning, everybody. This is Lorraine.
And Jennifer.
And this morning, we're going to talk specifically about changes in the Facebook and Instagram algorithm.
Not like they don't happen all the time, but this one is pretty big.
Basically, and I've said this before, but Facebook is taking the social out of social media. They're going to a model that really focuses on the media and really de-emphasizes the conversations that you used to come to social media to have.
And I have a slightly different opinion. I think that, so just explaining the changes is they will default to people that you're not necessarily following and open up a field of being able to get to people that you couldn't normally get to. And hopefully they will follow a little bit of the TikTok model where there's a separate feed where you could still see your friends or the people that you follow, but would give a big opportunity to finding people that you don't necessarily aren't already friends with. We'll see.
So, there's the user perspective and there's the business perspective.
Always have to do user first.
Okay, so as a user, this frustrates. I'm trying to find polite words here. This frustrates the out of me because when I hop on Facebook, I want to see what my friends are doing. I want to see people's baby pictures. I want to see where my friends are on vacation. I want them to see my vacation pics. Yeah. That's what I go to Facebook for, to hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
And and on Instagram, I'm sorry, I loved Instagram for the beautiful pictures. I'm a photographer. I loved that medium.
Yeah, but it's video now. It's Reels now. And temporarily, they had the feed for a limited number of users that was Reels only. And I think you experienced a lot of that. I didn't as much. So why don't you tell us what you experienced?
So it seemed like overnight I would get onto Instagram and there'd be a post from one of my friends and then there was an ad and a video. And I'm like, why am I seeing this video? And I would click on the little 3 dots and it would say, you're seeing this video because you liked this other video. And I'm like, no. And literally when I go through my feed, I get like 1 out of every 4 posts now is something that I specifically want to see. And Instagram is really not set up to easily go and find your friends. You can find hashtags, you can discover. So I'm frustrated by 2 things. Number one, I'm frustrated because this was the photography medium and they've taken that away. And then the other thing is that there's so much clutter in the feed. Now, as a business, what do you think?
Well, so, by the end of last week, they did end up, kind of reversing that back. There was a little bit of a roar. But as a business, I'm very excited for it and I'm excited for my clients because for me, I'm an ads girl and I've done that and I will continue to do that because I can target people. But the fact that I can actually get some reach without getting one post that goes viral and that I'm consistently getting 4 times as much reach on one post. I'll just give you our stats. So Elevated, we started back in the beginning of July, started going back to Reels on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And I even started back with YouTube Shorts. Not started back, I posted my first one. And we did 6 by last week, only 6. And we got in front of 7,000 people with 6 posts that were reused, talking about last week. We reused the same video on the different platforms, and 7,000 people. Like, I just.
So, what 2 things I'm going to say with that? Number one, it certainly helps build because it's like television all over again. You're advertising on television, you're reaching a wide range of people. Most of them are never going to be interested in buying from you, but you might get that random person who's watching who's like, oh, I'm interested in that. I should learn more about them. So the media feeds are becoming mass marketing, and
But
which is but you're not paying for it, so
and
that's
I can build this large funnel and move it down, where it was hard to build that larger funnel without running ads.
and I
And
think, yeah.
it's still not free. Somebody still has to create all this stuff. So it's definitely not free, but it's I don't know. The other thing I didn't mention. So Instagram is the only one that actually gave this stat out, not the other ones. And you have to be on mobile to get your stats.
I know,
But
isn't it crazy?
90% of the reach that we had was non-followers. 90%. Like, so I'm just like super excited about that. But I think Facebook has to do something. People are spending too much time on TikTok. It's got more than Google. More than Google. And if you want to see the stats on age group, there is 52% are between the ages of 30 and 54, and 50% of the population is on TikTok. So they've got to do something.
So here's the thing, though, and I get annoyed when every social media platform starts looking over their shoulder and copying somebody else. It killed me when Twitter added the like button, because I think it destroyed the conversations on the platform, because it was too easy to just like and you didn't really have to commit. It really changed the conversation, because before, if there was something that you liked, you had to reshare it, you had to retweet it. And that was a higher level of commitment. And that like button took that commitment away. But what it also did is it widened your conversations. It really broadened who you were talking to and what you were talking about. And I think it really hurt Twitter. So now you've got Facebook, and their unique place in the world used to be where you went to hang out with your friends. That's what that platform was for.
Is that where it started, though? Let's go back to before 2009.
Well, where it started was Facebook was a desktop app. Twitter was a mobile app right from the beginning. Really, what you did on Facebook was you found out where your friends were, and you got up and you walked away from your computer to go hang out with them. And you took your mobile phone with you.
Oh, we had mobile phones then?
But it wasn't, because you were texting. You took your phone with you, and then you asked them, and then you continued to communicate on Twitter. The original Facebook was not about sitting in your computer talking to them. It was really about, hey, where's everybody going? What are you doing tonight? Oh, let's meet at the quad.
But it was chronological too. And then after chronological, it did open up. So this concept of non-followers, I think Facebook actually did it first, and then Facebook discovered ads, and so Facebook started going to the just your followers, and then it was really hard to get that reach. Now, they did not hit it hard with video as TikTok did, but I think the interface of, you know, content that you like did start with Facebook. Um,
Yeah,
maybe.
I think but Facebook was definitely
Friendster.
it was an extension of Friendster. It really was. It was really where you talked to people that you
Your
knew.
friends.
And
College. Started in
college,
college.
yeah, and then, businesses you wanted to be connected to. But that's not where Facebook is now. Where
No.
Facebook is right now is they are becoming a media company.
Yeah.
They are putting the emphasis on video content that they're not creating. So they're a television network without any production cost,
Correct.
and they're selling ads
Or any
to
accountability.
or accountability, and they're selling ads to
But their ads have taken a big hit,
mhm,
you know, with the whole, they are definitely taking the brunt of the privacy when it's not just Facebook, it was everybody. So,
mhm.
what this does is it keeps people on the platform and it allows everybody to kind of have the data that they need because they're keeping people on the platform. And that means it's all within the app, which means they're not necessarily leaving and going to a website, which means the pixel doesn't matter, making it more valuable for them. So that's going to play into their ad revenue as well.
Yeah, I think one of the things that and this is one of the negative things in general with social media is it by giving you more of what you've responded to,
Mm-hmm.
it feeds the conspiracy theories. It feeds it perpetuates
Yeah, it puts you
these
in
these bubbles
isolated
where
circles. Yeah,
where
you're
people
not.
don't believe the same things. And um, it depends how the algorithm manages. Like if they deliberately insert opposing views, that could be really healthy. I'm just not sure based on past behavior if
If they're
that's where they're
going to
going
do
to
it.
go.
Yeah, yeah. Once you get into like kind of a culture or a subculture, you know, and you're seeing that all in your feed, then you just start, oh, well, everybody's like that. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so I could totally see that. I mean, we'll see. This is a huge, big difference. People are mad about it. People are happy about it. Like,
Well, you know what? I think as a small business owner, the bottom line is, and we talked a little bit about creating reusable videos last week. The bottom line is you need to be creating video. You
absolutely.
need to be putting it on the platforms. You need to be figuring out what different platforms like and getting the video out there.
Yeah, get your processes down. You have to get in the habit. Stop trying to get this overproduction. Like just produce something with your phone. It does not have to be any more complicated than this. Either use some apps or let, you know, your marketing agency, you know, chop it up, but you have to do video.
You absolutely do. And you know what? The algorithm will change again. That is all part of this. And so, what you need to do is come back next week because we'll be talking about something else.
All right, take care everybody.
See you.